All right, so I am Austin. I am Miriam's fiance, as you probably know. I am from Denver, Colorado, and I'm at BYU studying mechanical engineering and Russian. I served my mission in the Dnipro, Ukraine mission from 2019 to 21, so it was during COVID, but before the war broke out. And um, so yeah, I'm at BYU right now. Love BYU sports. Try to go to as many sporting events with Miriam as possible, and we have so much fun doing it. And this summer, I will be interning at Delta Airlines, working in their technical operations division, and will be helping with different kinds of repair and maintenance sort of things with their airplanes they have there. And so I'm super excited about that. And that's a little bit about me. I'm sure we will be learning a little bit more soon. My first impression of Miriam, in one word, is impressive.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Now, what do you think her first impression word of you would be?
Um, I don't know. This counts as one word, but it's kind of like that'll do, like yeah, that's good. Because I gave a talk in sacrament meeting, and that was the first time when she realized that I exist. And then she, like, as I gave the talk, we talked about it. She was like, after that, she was like, yeah, like I want to be friends with that guy. Like, yep, that's it. So that's what I'd say for that. It was interesting to see that we had different approaches to going to Disney, because from Miriam's experience, they had always gone, and like if they went to Epcot, it was like a very much a learning experience. Like they were immersed and it was great. And we're like, let's go on Guardians of the Galaxy. And it was just like hopping from ride to ride and just kind of going and like not taking a ton of time just to like take it in, which was different. But it was good. And I think we had a good time together. Like I remember one day we were actually at Epcot, and it was a hot day, it was a long day, and then my family was going back to like go swimming. And I was like, that sounds great. And Miriam's like, but like, what if we stayed and did more? And I was tired, and I was really thirsty, and I needed water. But I was like, oh, let's just try it. So we did it. We saw Beauty and the Beast show, and it was great, and we had a fun time, and just got a little bit of time together. And so, yeah, even like, in those scenarios, it was still great because we still had a really fun time, even though we were both exhausted and tired and hungry and thirsty. But we still had a good time together, which was a good sign. So first of all, she already has a couple of superpowers.
Okay.
First of all, she's incredibly smart. Second of all, her spatial awareness is incredible. Like if we make dinner and then we need to put it into Tupperware and put it in the fridge, she always picks the exact size. Like perfectly fills it every time. I don't know how she does it, but it is a superpower. And she's also very beautiful, which is a superpower as well. So, given all that, it's kind of hard because she's already so talented. But I think she'd pick teleportation because it'd be so easy to see family. It'd be so easy to go like travel the world, and you could just get so much more done and like without having to travel. So I think she'd pick that. So I think I'd buy a lot of BYU stuff. I'd buy BYU memorabilia and gear and all kinds of fun stuff because you can never have too much, and so I'd get more, even though I already have so much. And then the other thing is this thing that I've seen recently online, and I don't even know if this is like reliable or if it's trash or what, but given my recent news about getting the Delta internship, I've been very interested in, I don't know, my algorithms have picked up on that, and so they've been sending me lots of fun stuff. And there's like this little like phone charger that is also like a jet turbine, which I think is really cool. And you can just like push a button and it spins. It also charges your phone. I think that's really cool. I love her sneezes. She sneezes so cute, and she sneezes like a little kitten. And in addition to that, she always sneezes differently. Like if she sneezes 3 times, most of the time they're gonna be 3 different sneezes in a row, which is kind of funny. So yeah, she sneezes really cute. We are, I'd say, total opposites in planning, because I'm very structured with my planning. I like to have a very, laid out plan, have everything ready to go as early as possible, and like stick to the plan. But Miriam, she's a little bit more spontaneous. And like if we're just, for example, we're talking about like school schedules, like I already have my schedule figured out for the fall. I'm ready to go. This is what I want to do. And Miriam's like, we'll figure it out in the fall. So we do it differently, but it both works. We both get stuff done, and I think it's helpful for both of us to, maybe she needs a little bit more structure sometimes, and I need to be a little bit more spontaneous sometimes. So they complement each other. A lot of times when I am in the stake offices on Sundays, because I am a stake assistant executive secretary, we're there for a lot of time on Sundays, and sometimes she'll just come and bring me a little treat, like whether it's from her Linger Longer or just whatever it is, and she'll come bring me like a cookie or a brownie or whatever, and it just always makes me so happy to get a little surprise to see her and get a little treat, and it always makes me so happy and warms my heart. Okay, so the first time Miriam and I kissed, it was a very, very fun and kind of crazy night. So basically, we had a date where we went country swing dancing. That was super fun. But then afterwards, I think we both knew that we wanted to have our first kiss, and so we went to a park just here in Provo. And at this point, because we had gone country swing dancing, and that doesn't start till like I don't know, like 8 or 9 at night. It was probably around like 11 o'clock or so, and then Miriam had always told me that she wanted to have a semi-romantic first kiss, not just something that's like on a couch or something. Like it has to be, something fun and special. So we went to this park, and I was like, well, we're gonna go on a little walk just around this park, and then we'll stop and we'll kiss, and then it'll be magical and amazing, and then that'll be great. And so we get there, and we get out of the car, and it's like 40 degrees. And so Miriam is shivering, and I didn't have another plan, so I'm like, well, I guess we're just gonna keep walking. So we go out, and we're walking, and she's cold, and then we start walking down this hill, and then out of nowhere, this like, I don't know if it's a herd, I don't know if that's what they're called, but this group of deer come out of nowhere, and if we'd been like 10 feet in front of us, we would have been trampled. But like we stop in our tracks, and the deer stop in their tracks, and we're just like staring at each other. We're like, we don't know what to do. So we were like, what in the world? So then the deer left, and we kept walking. We were like, that was crazy. So eventually we walk. We get to the other side of like the little walkway area thing. It was just like a big circle of a trail that we could walk on. So we get like halfway to the other side, and then we're standing there, and then we kissed, and it was amazing. And then as we're standing there, I like glance over at my car, and there's like cop car lights that are flashing right next to my car. And I thought, oh my gosh. And again, we're on the opposite side of this park. So then we just had this little romantic moment. And then I was like, here's my jacket, wear my jacket. I have to go like figure that before I get like a ticket or whatever. So I sprint across the park, and I had to leave Miriam because I wanted to make sure I didn't get like, whatever in trouble by the police. And then Miriam just kind of walked back. And then I got all the way over there, and there was like a parking police guy, and he was like, you can't be here after 11, you have to leave. So I was like, yeah, we'll leave. And then Miriam walked back, and then we got in the car and we left. So kind of crazy, but kind of fun. Everything. I love everything about Miriam. And I love her because she makes me feel loved. And I can tell that just when we're together that we're both so much happier, and she makes me feel loved and special, and You know, if there are any times when I feel like I am doubting myself, I know that she doesn't doubt me. And that makes me feel so special. And she just completes me.